HTML buttons used to submit data to the server. These buttons will work on user actions. Suppose for example, Google registration form. Google registration form. So here first name, last name and email, password, birthday, gender, phone number and current email address, and finally next step button is there. So after you enter all these text box values, you click on submit button. So the this button saves our data to the Google server. So submit the data to the Google server. So our data saved in Google server. So here for example, how to create buttons in HTML. We can create two ways of buttons. One is using button element type equal to button. So here button text, this is save button, and one more way using input element we can create buttons. Here type is submit or button. We can use any one, okay, button or submit. So here I am using only button, and value equal to submit and button close. So this is the two ways to create buttons in HTML. So create HTML document, doc type HTML, and next head section, and next body, in body we have two buttons, okay, HTML ending tag. So save this. I'm saving these examples in desktops 930 batch HTML. So button dot HTML. So go to that location, run this example. Okay, first one save button and next one submit button. So these two ways to create buttons in HTML. So okay, button type equal to button and type equal to submit or button. For input element we can use type or type for submit or button. When you click on this button, the simple JavaScript alert box JavaScript alert data submitted. So when you click on submit button, the alert box will display. value submitter button. Otherwise we can use JavaScript function, my function, and we can create JavaScript function here using skip tag function and my function. This is the function name. So alert box is okay, success. Okay, this alert box, this sample alert box. So we need to write backend code to submit the data to the server. So after clicking on button, so next control is text box. The text box is used for enter user input. So in this Google registration form, these are all first name and last name and email, okay, proper password. So these are all text boxes. User can enter data into the text boxes and submit data to the server after click on button. So for text box, syntax is just use input element and type it text and placeholder. Holder is the identification name in text box. Okay, first name and close text box tag. So refresh this page, you will see first name text box in buttons.html form. So this is the way to create text boxes using input element. So use type equal to text property value and placeholder is the identification name for text box. And next, center tag. Actually in HTML5 the center tag is not supported. They are removed center tag. So in older versions, center tag to align the content in center. Okay, this is the center tag. So this center tag is used to align content in center in the HTML or web form. So this content will display in center element if you use this center tag. HTML5 supported but they are removed center tag. If you use this center tag, the controls are all the content to display in center element. The center tag is not supported in HTML5. Instead of center tag, we have to use CSS classes to align the center element, all the HTML elements. So without using center tag, we need to write CSS class to align the center element. So all these controls. Okay. So first of all, using CSS, how we can align the center, this text box and two buttons. Suppose take one div element. In this div element we have two buttons and one text box. Okay, use ID attribute for the div element. My div is the identification name of div. So use style attribute style tag to write the CSS styles. Use hash symbol to find out the div element in HTML document. To align the center this text box and button to buttons, use height for div element, height 200 pixel, and div width also 200 pixel, and margin auto. So I will explain this all the properties, margin and position, okay, padding, all these things in CSS. So without using center tag, how to align the center all the elements. Just I am writing CSS styles. Position also auto, and top 0%, and left 0%, and right 0%. So this is the center alignment for div element. So all the controls display in center align for this div. So we can add background color for div element. Background color like red. Okay, save this form and run this example. So all these controls aligned in center. So we can arrange in inspect element also. Okay, here our development properties, CSS styles. We can increase the width, okay, to align the elements correctly. Okay, like this we can arrange and update in our HTML form. Okay, button, two buttons and one text box. So this is the div background color, red color. So the div is displayed in center align. So without using center tag, we have to write CSS styles. And next control is file upload control. Here in HTML file upload object is used to upload or send any file. The input file upload object represents an HTML input element with the type equal to file. The file upload control allows the users to upload any files or send to anyone. So use input and type equal to file and next close input tag. So this is the file upload control syntax, and write doc type HTML form, body, HTML. So save this form with the file name file upload .html. So run this example file upload. The file upload control is displayed like this. So you can click on choose file button and you can select any file to upload. Okay, so here for this real-time example is in Google Compose box we have attachments option. Okay, attach files. So this is the file upload control, and we can attach files and send to any one of them. And next text array control. Text array control defines multiple plain text control. You can enter multiple lines of content. Text area hold an unlimited number of characters. So use text area tag to enter multi-line text in HTML documents. Okay, save this file in file upload control. So it will display like this. Okay, we can enter multi-line text. Okay, and we can resize this text box also. So for normal text box we cannot enter multi-line text, and we cannot resize the text box also. Input type equal to text, placeholder name, so text box closing tag. So this is text box and this is text area. In text area we can enter multi-line text, and text area we can enter multi-line text. Okay, so you can resize this text box. So this text box you can enter only single line. Okay, we cannot enter multi-lines. So mainly this is used for in Google Compose box. Here content area box is there to enter the message. Okay, recipients and subject, and here body box is there. So this is in body box we can enter multi-line text. Okay, like this. So this is the multi-line text box. And next control is drop down list. So using this drop down list we can select only one option from list of options. This select element and is used to create drop down list. Okay, drop down list. So use select element. select element to create the drop down list, and this drop down list is used for select only one option from list of options. Suppose we have 3 or 4 options. For example, option, okay, option closing tag, and for option we have value attribute, item 1, and option name also item 1, or we can give item values like this. So for example, we have 4 options is there. Okay, 4 options. Save this file, drop down list.html form. You can create doc type HTML form, head section, and next to body tag. In the body tag we have h2 element for this, and finally select drop down list, body element, and finally closing HTML tag. The select element is used to create drop down list. Okay, drop down list, run this example. So here we have four items is there in the list, so we can select only one item at a time. Okay, we cannot select multiple options at a time. So this drop down list is used for in real time. In Google registration form we have birthday option is there. So in birthday we have month drop down list is there, January, February, March, April, May. So we can select only one option from this 12 months. Okay, we can select only one month from all these 12 months. So like this real time we can use in these scenarios. Here gender also, okay, male, female, and other option is there. So we can select only one option. So this drop down list are used for select only one option from the list of options. And next, radar button list. Radar button list also you can select only one option from the list of choices. Okay, create one doc type, one HTML form like doc type HTML, HTML tag, and header and body, and next body and tag. So in this body use radio button list input type equal to radio option and name is gender, name is gender, and male. So next to female. Next, okay, other. To save this form, radio buttons list.html. Okay, run this example. We have radio button list. Okay, we can select only one option from these three options. Okay, here we can use drop down list or radio button list, but drop down list will not occupy the space in HTML document. Radio button list occupy the space. So drop down list only occupies little bit space. Radio buttons list occupy okay much space in HTML document. And next checkbox list. Checkbox is used to group indicates a series of choices. So we can select multiple options from list of options. Here I have already explained example checkbox list. So in this example we have four options is there. We can select multiple options okay using this checkbox list. So here input type equal to checkbox and name, and input type checkbox and name. You can select multiple options from checkbox list. And next example list box. List box also similar to text box, but it shows the number of rows. Okay, list of choices shows the number of rows to the list of choices. List box example. These examples are already explained to the previous batches. Okay, in doc type HTML tag body, in body section, okay, select element, use select element to implement list box. Okay, select and multiple equal to multiple option. So using this multiple equal to multiple option, we can select multiple options from list of options, and this is the name of the list box, and size 5 options is displayed default. For remaining options display scroll. Run this example. Okay, 5 list items are displaying. For remaining options it will apply scroll okay for remaining options. So and we can select multiple options by holding control key. Okay, use control to select multiple options. And next, in HTML we have div element. Okay, in div element, the div tag defines an HTML tag using div tag, div element. Okay, div example. Okay, div tag is used to block elements, to display block elements. So we can put the number of elements in div tag. Okay, we can add paragraph element in div element, or span, or any control input type equal to text. Okay, so any control we can add into the div element, but we cannot add div element in span. Okay, in span we can't add div element. In this span element we cannot add div element. So the div element has no special meaning, and we can apply styles and id for the id attribute. We can apply styles by using class attribute or id attribute. So here in this example we have div element. In this div element, h2 tag is there, and two paragraphs also is there, and the span element is there. Okay, so run this example. So this div element will display line breaks before and after. The line breaks is so div element, every paragraph it will apply line breaks before and after. So this paragraph will display in single line. This paragraph also display in single line. This paragraph did not start from here after complete this paragraph. The span also displayed in new line. Okay, this is span text. So every element apply line breaks before and after. So before the element and after the element, and some space also added between two paragraphs. And next, iframes. Iframes are used to display some content from another web page. Okay, or we can play the YouTube videos using iframe. Okay, iframe used to display web page within web page. Okay, we can display web page within a web page using iframes, and we have to use height and width attributes to specify the size of the frame. To specify size, use height and width attributes, and using iframes we can play the you can play the YouTube embed videos. Okay, YouTube videos. You can play YouTube videos using iframe. Okay, iframes. The inline frame is used to embed another document within the current HTML document. So the example is already explained, one example in previous class, iframes. In this example, in body tag we have iframe. Okay, iframe tag, and this is for width and height. This iframe is used for play video in HTML document. So okay, this video play in this width and height, and source equal to this is the YouTube URL, embed URL, and frame border is 0, allow full screen. So this will accept allow full screen also, and iframe closing. And next iframe will it will play the YouTube URL, but not it will not play the autoplay. So first iframe will automatically play the video, the second iframe will not play the automatic, and for frame mode border 0 and allow full screen. So to play the automatically in video, use this value in URL. Okay, quotation mark and autoplay equal to 1. And using iframes, we can display another HTML documents in current HTML document. Okay, we have order list.html form is there. Okay, this is iframes.html form. So in this iframe.html form, display order list.html form in particular height and width. And next iframe, this is used for display another website in our iframes.html document. So this iframe will display double3schools.html, double3schools website. So run this example. Okay, two videos are playing here. First one is automatically playing, second one is we have to play. Okay, first one is automatically playing and second one is we have to play. I have to click on play button because there is no automatically play the option. Okay, and frame border is 0, so there is no border for iframe. So like this, and third frame is displaying order list.html form. So here order list.html form is there. Okay, order list.form. So this form is displaying in the current form iframes.html form. And final iframe. Okay, fourth iframe displaying double3schools website. Okay, double3schools website is displaying here. Okay, so we can display website. Okay, any website in our HTML document, or we can display any website, or we can play any YouTube URL in our document. And next So these are the HTML controls. And in HTML5, so number of features available. So the first one is doc type. So first one is doc type. So yesterday I already explained doc type. So this is doc type is DTT declaration. Okay, must and should in 4.0 version must and should we have to define. Okay, DTT declaration and to standard the markup language to render the content correctly. In HTML5 we don't need to use doc type declaration in HTML5. So just we can use doc type HTML tag. So this will execute the document in currently execute the document. So the browser knows the what type of documents are executing. Next one is figure element. So the second feature is figure element. So okay, figure element. So using figure elements we can display the caption for the images. So okay, use figure element and next fig caption fig caption fig caption element to specify the description for the image. So here we can arrange image and we can enter some description for the paragraph using fig caption element. Okay, image name or image description. So I will show one example. Figure element figure element. Okay, this is image element and next this is the description for the image. So using figure element you can specify the description for image. Okay, so in this example figure element and image for this image, caption for this image. So you can enter name for the image or any description or any caption. And third feature is no more types for skips and links. Third feature is no more types, skips and links. In HTML 4.0, must and should we have to specify what type of document you are including in HTML document, like JavaScript files or CSS files. In HTML 4.0, if you are including CSS file in HTML document, machine should have to use type attribute to define what type of document you are including in HTML document. So in 4.0 version, use link attribute and href style sheet path, style sheet dot css file, and next use type attribute text css attribute to include the css files in header section. Okay, in header section. Okay, header section. So in HTML 5.5 version, no need to define type attribute. Okay, use link and href equal to just to style sheet dot css file, and we can close directly without give the type attribute. So the in HTML 5 version, so the browser knows what type of documents we are executing and we are including. So in HTML 4.5 version, there is no longer necessary, and to include JavaScript files in HTML 4.0 version, use script tag and source equal to js file dot js, and use type attribute text JavaScript. Okay, and close script element. So merchant should we have to define type attribute for the JavaScript files also. So in HTML5, this is not necessary, so just we can only define source, okay, js file dot js. Okay, this is not necessary in HTML5. So in HTML 4.0, this is compulsory, we have to mention. And next, fourth feature is no code turn not to code. Okay, not to code. So the use of code or not to code in HTML 4.0, if you define text box or anything, any paragraph, okay, paragraph, if you are applying any class name in HTML 4.0, use double quotes to apply the class name. Okay, use double quotes to apply the class name, and ID also same. Okay, my ID, and here sample text. So in HTML 4.0 version, we have to define double quotes to enter the class attribute value or ID value. in HTML5, so we no need to define double quotes. Sample text, directly we can use the class name, class equal to my class and id equal to my id. So no need to define double quotes. And fifth feature is content editable. Content editable. So using this content editable, we can modify the content in the browser. So the latest browsers are supported this feature to edit the content. So this allows the user to edit any of the text content within the element. So use content editable attribute, content editable attribute equal to true. So use this attribute to edit the content. So I will show the example content editable. So in HTML document, body tag and unordered list is there. In unordered list, we have three list items. Okay, brake, mechanical, cab driver, and drive to abandoned factory, and watch video of self. Okay, three list items is there. Run this example. Okay, we can modify this content. Okay, in runtime we can modify the content, so we can add number of items also in runtime. If we remove this content editable attribute, so we can't edit the content, so you can't edit content. So this all the browsers are supported this feature. You can edit the content. So this content editable used for to-do list. This also takes the advantage of local storage. So we are in this HTML5 version, we have local storage option also, local storage feature. So local storage feature I will explain in AngularJS. We can make the browsers remember what we type, okay, using local storage even after the browser is closed or refreshed. So if you close the browser or refresh the browser, the content is remember the browser. So using local storage option. So I will explain this feature in AngularJS. And next feature is email inputs. Email inputs. For email text boxes, one more type also added in HTML5. Input type equal to email. So in HTML 4.0, this feature is not available. Type equal to email. HTML5 they are included. Type equal to email and text box close. So see the example. Email inputs. Okay, label for email, and type equal to email text box, and one more text box is normal text box, and submit button. Run this example. Okay, this is for the first name text box is type equal to email, and second text box is type equal to text. So after submit the form, okay, when you click on the submit button, the form is validated. Okay, validated. Body tag element name type equal to email, submit form, and form action is empty, method equal to get method, the form is valid after enter the text. Okay, after you enter the text in first name email text box, it will show the error message. So like this, please include an @ in the email address. Okay, so email format is must and should be like abc@gmail.com or yahoo.com or anything. Must and should, this text box will accept that format only. Okay, text second text box is normal text box. It will accept any text. Okay, g.com. So the data is submitted to the server. Okay, here at g.com email, and the canvas feature also is there. Using canvas element used to draw graphics on web page. So we can draw the graphics use in web page using canvas element. Canvas element here, canvas. Okay, can you, like this we have to create canvas element. So the example is for canvas. Here I have one image. Okay, and canvas also is there. Using canvas, drawing this image drawing this image in canvas element using JavaScript. So must and should we have to use JavaScript to draw the graphics using canvas element. Without JavaScript we can't create the graphics using canvas element. So when you click on this button, this image draw in this canvas element. Okay, when you click on this button, document or get element by ID, my canvas, the canvas is finding here in variable C, and C dot get context 2D. So from context canvas element, 2D graphics is creating an image, getting image, and ID is screen, and CTX is the canvas variable. Draw image method is drawing this image in this canvas element. So here image element and a canvas box is there. When you click on this button, the image is created using base image. So this is the main image, this image control. The canvas displayed canvas element is created the graphics. This image draw in this canvas element. Okay, this is canvas. Okay, this is original image and this is canvas element. So using this canvas element you can create the graphics. And next SVG element also same. You can create the vector graphics. SVG element is used to define graphics. Okay, SVG element is used to define graphics. Okay, SVG element is a container for SVG graphics. SVG has several methods for drawing graphics. Okay, graphics like boxes, circles, text, and images. So these are all HTML5 features.